There's a 60-story skyscraper sitting in the middle of Manhattan right now. Nobody lives in it. Nobody works in it. It's been empty for 7 years. The city knows about it. The engineers know about it. And the math says it will never be fixed. In 2015, a developer named Fortis Property Group broke ground on a project they believed would redefine Manhattan's financial district. The building was called 161 Maiden Lane, or 1 Seaport. 60 stories, 670 feet tall, 80 luxury condominiums with floor-to-ceiling windows and direct views of the Brooklyn Bridge. The penthouses were listed for $11 million. The lower floors were selling for $2 to $4 million each. People bought in. Deposits were signed. By 2018, the building had topped out. It was physically complete. And then something happened that nobody had planned for. The building started to lean. 3 inches to the north. It doesn't sound like much, but in structural engineering, 3 inches of tilt in a 670-foot high-rise isn't a minor inconvenience. It's a catastrophe. Here's the thing about Manhattan's financial district. People assume it's solid ground, centuries of history, solid bedrock underneath Wall Street, but that's not entirely true. The southern tip of Manhattan has been extended over time. Centuries ago, developers dumped landfill into the East River to create more land. That worked fine for low-rise buildings, but nobody anticipated what would happen when you started stacking 60 floors on top of it. When you build a skyscraper, you have 2 fundamental choices for your foundation. Option 1, you drive piles all the way down to bedrock. Solid, stable, expensive. Option 2, you use friction piles. Shorter piles that rely on the surrounding soil to hold the building up. Fortis chose friction piles on unstable, centuries-old landfill. The structure settled, which is normal. Buildings always settle slightly as the soil compresses under the weight, but it didn't settle evenly. The northeast corner of the building sank faster than the southwest corner, and when settlement is uneven, the building tilts. By the time anyone noticed the tilt was beyond acceptable limits, it was already too late. When buyers found out the building was tilting, they pulled their contracts. All of them. The deposits were refunded. Lawsuits were filed. Fortis Property Group went bankrupt in 2019. The building passed through multiple owners. At one point there was a plan to fix it, to install new piles around the perimeter and stabilize the foundation. Engineers confirmed it was technically possible. But then someone ran the math. The repair would cost somewhere between $50 million and $150 million. After that, you still have a building with a reputation for tilting. In a market where buyers have options, in a neighborhood where they can go 2 blocks and buy in a building that doesn't have a history, the resale value would never recover. The math doesn't work, and that's the trap. You can't sell it as is. You can't afford to fix it. You can't demolish it without permits that could take years. So it sits. 7 years, empty, in the most valuable real estate market on Earth. 161 Maiden Lane isn't a fluke, it's a pattern. Real estate development is a race against time. Every day a building stays under construction, the developer is paying interest on hundreds of millions of dollars in loans. That pressure creates shortcuts, not always obvious ones, sometimes just a single decision made by someone who convinced themselves the risk was acceptable. In this case, friction piles instead of bedrock piles. A saving of roughly $6 million on a $400 million project. Less than 2% of the total cost. That's the shortcut that created a ghost tower. The engineers who approved that foundation made a calculation. The soil reports they believed supported it. But the reports didn't account for how unevenly century-old landfill compresses. And by the time the real numbers came in, the building was already finished. That's engineering failure in its most expensive form. Not a dramatic collapse, not a visible disaster, just a slow, quiet mistake that shows up years later. And by then, it's too late to go back. 161 Maiden Lane is still standing, still tilting, still empty. The latest ownership group has reportedly explored options again, new investors, new fixed proposals, but as of today, there is no confirmed repair plan, no move-in date, no resolution. A 670-foot tower in the heart of Manhattan, fully built, fully finished, and completely frozen. If you want to see more stories like this, buildings that looked finished but weren't, engineering decisions that seemed reasonable until they weren't, subscribe. Because this is what we do here. Every video, one structure, one failure, and the full story of how it happened. Next week, a $350 million skyscraper in San Francisco that's been sinking for over a decade, and the failed repair attempt that actually made it worse.